Tissues. Tissue can be defined as a group of cells with similar shape and function. They form a cellular organizational level, intermediate between the cells and organ system. Organs are then created by combining the functional group of tissues. The study of tissue is known as histology, and study of disease related to tissue is known as histopathology. Animal tissue. Animal tissues are made up of animal cells that have been gathered together. The structure, function, and origin of these tissues are all different. Animal tissues are grouped into four types: connective tissue, muscular tissue, nervous tissue, and epithelial tissue. Connective tissues. They are the group of tissues made up of cells separated by non-living material called as an extracellular matrix. This tissue provides shape to the different organs and maintains their positions. For example, blood, bone, tendon, adipose, ligament, and areolar tissues. There are three types of connective tissue: fluid connective tissue, fibrous connective tissue, skeletal connective tissue. Functions of connective tissue in the body are insulating, helps in binding the organs together and provides support. It protects against the invasions of pathogens by their phagocytic activity, provides shape to the body, conserves body heat and also stores energy. It is involved in the transportation of water, nutrients, minerals, hormones, gases, wastes, and other substances within the body. Muscular tissue. They are involved in producing force and generating motion, either for the locomotion or for other body movements within internal organs. There are three types of muscle tissue. Skeletal muscle. They are typically attached to bones. Cardiac muscle, found in the heart. Smooth muscle. They are found in the inner walls of organs. Functions of muscle tissue in the body are: helps in maintaining an erect position or posture, helps in the constriction of organs and blood vessels, involved in both voluntary and involuntary movements, involved in pumping blood and regulating the flow of blood in arteries, controls respiration by automatically driving the movement of air both into and out of our body. Nervous tissue. They are the main tissue components of the brain and spinal cord in the central nervous system, while in the peripheral nervous system, the neural tissue forms the cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Functions of nervous tissue. The nervous tissue forms the communication network of the nervous system and is important for information processing. The other major functions of nervous tissue in the body are: response to stimuli, stimulates and transmits information within the body, plays a major role in emotions, memory, and reasoning, maintains stability and creates an awareness of the environment. Nervous tissue is involved in controlling and coordinating many metabolic activities. Epithelial tissue. They are formed by the cells which cover the external part of the body, organs, and lines the organ surfaces, such as the surface of the skin, the reproductive tract, the airways, and the inner lining of the digestive tract. Functions of epithelial tissue. This tissue performs a wide variety of functions, including: play a major role in sensory reception, excretion, filtration, and other metabolic activities, provide mechanical strength and resistance to the underlying cells and tissue. Plant tissues. Plant tissue is a collection of similar cells performing an organized function for the plant. Each plant tissue is specialized for a unique purpose and can be combined with other tissues to create organs such as flowers, leaves, stems, and roots. The classification of plant tissues are mainly based on the two important criteria: based on the different part of plants, based on the different types of cells. Plant tissues are broadly categorized into three tissue systems. This classification is on the basis of parts of the plants they are present. Epidermis tissues, cells formed from the outermost surface of the leaves. Vascular tissues, involved in transporting fluid and nutrients internally. Ground tissue, involved in producing nutrients by photosynthesis and preserve nutrients. Plant tissue is divided into two types. This classification is on the basis of the types of cells they comprise: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissue. They are the group of young cells which consist of continually dividing cells and helps in the increase of length and width of the plant. There are different types of meristematic tissues which are classified on the basis of positions, functions, plane of diffusions, origin and development. The three main types of meristematic tissues, depending on the occurrence of the meristematic tissue on the plant body, are apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. Functions of meristematic tissue. It is responsible for the growth of the new organs, involved in the movement of water and nutrition within the plants. These tissues are responsible for both primary and secondary growth of the plant. It is the outermost tissue. Functions by providing protection from mechanical injury. It gives rise to epidermis layer, cortex, endodermis, ground tissue, and vascular tissue. Permanent tissues. A group of cells which are similar in origin, structure, and in function. They are involved in complete growth and differentiation during the ineffective of meristematic activity. There are two types of permanent tissues: simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. Simple permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue is a group of cells which are similar in origin, structure, and function. They are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma. It consists of thin-walled living cells. They are involved in food storage. It comprises a thin cell wall and made up of cellulose. Collenchyma. It consists of thin-walled living cells. They are the chief mechanical tissue in young plants, particularly dicot stems. It comprises an uneven cell wall and is made up of pectin and hemicellulose. Sclerenchyma. It consists of dead cells. It is mainly a mechanical tissue. It comprises a hard and thick cell wall and is made up of lignin. Complex permanent tissue. The complex permanent tissue consists of more than one type of cells having a common origin which work together as a unit. Complex tissues are mainly concerned with the transportation of mineral nutrients, organic solutes, and water. That's why it is also known as conducting and vascular tissue. The common type of complex permanent tissues are xylem and phloem. Xylem. Xylem is the chief water conducting tissue of the plants. It functions as a conducting tissue for water and minerals from the roots to the stems and leaves. Phloem. Phloem is the chief food carrying tissue of the plants. It is a living tissue that carries food materials from the place it is available to the places where it is needed. Functions of permanent tissues. In aquatic plants, these tissues helps in floating, stores food in the form of starch, proteins, oils, and fats. They provide hardness to fruits such as nuts, coconut, almond, etc. These tissue contain chloroplast which helps in carrying out photosynthesis. Permanent tissues are also involved in secretion, transportation, and provides mechanical support to the plants. From this video, I hope the concept about tissues is clear. Thank you.